Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of Our Parents' Basement. Thank you so very much for joining us once again on your Thursday night. It has been one hell of a week, one hell of a weekend. I cannot wait to talk about it all with these two guys, so we're just going to dive right in. But first, introductions. That's what we do here on OPB. I am Philip, and with me this evening we have the wonderful Turf. Turf, how's it going?
Man, I'm doing well. I am happy. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be alive.
I'm so excited.
I love Thursday nights, man. It's time again for another Our Parents' Basement. Hey, guess what? If you're just now finding this, show, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, all these cool places you can download podcasts. You can check them out, and we're there. So
our show's up now.
Wow, and that was quite an introduction there, Turf.
Yeah, I'm confused. That's how we close the show.
Get out of the way first. That's fine. Well, glad to have you aboard as usual. And we also got the wonderful Charles. And Charles, how you doing this evening?
Doing all right. I got a little confused. That's how we're ending the show. It's only our closing thing there, but hey, we're starting.
I was like, well, that was a fast hour.
I'm like, oh, holy cow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
Well, glad to have you aboard as well. Well, you two, as you know, last weekend and some of the earlier days of the week, it was E3 time, and man, what a great show. I usually don't care too much about E3, not in the sense that I don't care about new video games coming out, but more in the sense that, you know what, I won't tune in. I'll just catch the highlights later, and I have better things to do with my time than sit in front of my computer or television and watch random game developers talk about things that are coming out 2 years later. But in this case, for some reason, I kept on catching the highlights as they were happening with E3, and man, what a great show. It didn't take long for me to consider this E3 a winner. But what did you guys think overall? Let's see, Charles, what did you think E3 overall? How would you rank it?
I don't know, I just focused on one thing. The game I want, I don't have like Switch or too much Xbox stuff, just like my game, and it's Last of Us 2, which I'm, been waiting for a while. Mm-hmm. And they actually showed a nice long trailer of it, some gameplay footage and some actual game stuff. So it, looked good.
All right.
There's no release date on it yet.
Yeah.
But
right.
I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the gameplay of that.
Well, from what I saw, it looks like there's going to be a lot of storytelling through flashbacks and then more gunplay.
Looks like, more gunplay, knife play, bow and arrow play, and knife play, and machete.
Sounds like a Saturday night.
And apparently they showed off, like, they perfected, like, an actual real-looking kiss.
Cute.
Cinematics.
Yeah.
Between Ellie and another girl, because, like, they're making Ellie, from way back in original, she like a lesbian. She liked the girls, so
hey, so she's happy.
Yeah.
Even if she's a fictitious character in a video game, as long as she's happy, that's fine. As long as she's happy and she mows her lawn and takes out the garbage, do what you want to do. Live your life.
And you got to pay taxes. That's part of it.
Taxes.
Right? Well, there are no taxes in this post-apocalyptic.
You got to pay taxes to something. That's one of the things that's like a constant.
Yes.
Taxes and rent.
Well, Turf, what about you? How did you feel about E3 overall?
There were a few surprises, a few things that made me go, oh, really? There were a few things that were omitted that I kind of was like, huh? Where was that? That I thought it was an extremely average show. It wasn't bad, but it didn't just blow my face off either.
Okay. Yep. I'm hearing a lot of that opinion too. I haven't really heard many people saying this E3 was a failure.
It absolutely wasn't a failure. I mean, it was probably even above average. I'd give it like, a true average being 5. I'd give it about a 6. 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was good, but just it didn't blow me away like, say when they announced the Xbox 360. That was a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your opinion and Charles and mine's opinion are the ones I've seen mainly around, forums, VG Collect, which is a wonderful website where you can catalog and categorize all your games and game accessories. That's vgcollect.com.
Bing!
Ding! So I've seen those opinions there. I talked to some friends of mine just in passing. What'd you think? And they're like, yeah, pretty cool stuff here. So I didn't see anything terrible. Nothing that would make this E3 a stinker. You know?
Really, I mean, you're getting all this news, all this great news. How many times have that been an absolute stinker? There's some years that are better than others, but it's still all good news.
New games are good news. That's definitely true. Maybe I just haven't really paid that much attention to other E3s in the past. So
the internet is full of assholes. So
Yep.
let me say that nicely. People like to either get their hopes up and then like to have their voice heard. That when they get their hopes up and get disappointed, or they just like to complain. So people say that, they failed. Sony was stupid this year. Or Ubisoft, what are you doing? And it's just, I don't know, man. They're announcing their new stuff. It may not interest you, but that doesn't make it trash.
Yeah. Ubisoft and EA, they kind of now have like a reputation of being not good, not only with their presentations, but as video game companies itself. So I think at this point in the game, whenever they are at E3, they're kind of expected to flop. And from what I can tell, that kind of happened again. I didn't pay attention to EA or Ubisoft. So, who knows? I couldn't comment either way about that.
Well, I mean, there's good from everything, right? I mean,
oh, sure.
Even EA has some pretty tasty things. They've got one thing. One of the big surprises of the show was from EA for me, but y'all keep going. We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. Well, how should we do this? You guys want to break down each company? Do you guys want to talk about what you're most excited about? Talk about things that are the most discussed going around our gaming circles now? We have a lot of ways
let's just kind of do a quick rundown of the show. It started on Saturday, which was groovy. I love that they started on Saturday and it wasn't on a weekday because work.
Yep.
So I got to look at more of it and follow more of it. So that was really cool that EA. Was it EA that did their Saturday?
Yeah, EA usually goes first. I've come to see. So
okay, so EA did have one of the coolest things that I saw on the show. My biggest surprise, or one of my bigger surprises, was a new Star Wars game. Now I hope it doesn't suck.
Okay.
It's called Jedi Fallen Order. It's set between episode 3 and episode 4.
Okay,
or I guess between episode 3 and
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah. I was trying to say Rogue Squadron.
Episode 3 and Rogue One? Okay.
The last prequel. Okay?
Yeah.
And Rogue One was the first Star Wars story. They came out, a couple years ago?
Yeah. Last year?
It's on Netflix. Right. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, even if you don't like Star Wars, it's a good flick.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's Jedi Fallen Order. You're a Padawan. You're a learning Jedi, an apprentice Jedi. When they do this Order 66, when the Emperor says execute Order 66, which is what he wanted to do to exterminate all the Jedi. So it looks like you're on the run. You're trying to stay on the path of a Jedi. They didn't really give much information about the game other than it's a Star Wars game, and this is when it's set. So I don't know much more about it than that. But I'm in, man. I like it.
A surprise from EA. That's pretty cool. I usually don't follow them much, like I said, but I know you're a Star Wars fan. I know Charles is a Star Wars fan. I know there's a lot of listeners of ours that are huge Star Wars fans. So that's that's not a bad way to start an E3 conference, is it?
Well, no, not at all. I mean, that was mixed in. There's Battlefield 5 was their big news. I guess the Battle Royale mode because everybody wants to be Fortnite now.
Okay.
Have y'all played Fortnite?
What is Fortnite? I don't know what that is.
It's a battle royale game. That's
okay.
It's you kill everybody, one person wins. That's kind of
like Unreal Tournament, Doom, Quake type of thing, or what?
Kind of, except for it has a whole bunch of people, and then the map keeps getting smaller to keep everybody pushed together. Like the boundaries close in. It's free for the Switch, which
free is good.
It's a free to play game. You can download it for your computer. You can download it on your phone, and it's on everything, and it's free. But they make their money from microtransactions, obviously. But if you just wanted to dabble, it's free.
Well, a little dabble, do you?
Okay. You don't have. And the thing about Fortnite is it's fun. It's really fun.
Oh, you played it?
Yes.
So okay, free. I may have to download that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth playing. It's not gonna blow your balls off with graphics or sound or anything like that, but it's something a little different. It's fun.
So it's one of those free games you just buy,
and it doesn't take itself seriously, which I always think's cool in games.
Yeah, definitely.
Like so you've got a dude doing a disco dance with an afro while somebody else is shooting at him. It's weird and cool.
So can you play Fortnite without doing the microtransactions?
Yes.
And be good at it?
Yes.
All right.
I've just dabbled, y'all, so I'm not going to pretend that I'm like a master at Fortnite. But yeah, you can play it. You can't. I think you could even get good at it. You don't have to pay a dime.
Okay.
Cool. Now this is still EA's.
That's an EA game. Well, no, that was Battlefield 5. Fortnite's another thing. It was a deal. But yeah, Battlefield 5's got that battle royale mode. Everybody's fighting and one person gets to win instead of like team, a team game or death match or whatever.
Or capture the flag or something like that. Yeah.
Let's see. BioWare's an Anthem. This game Anthem, I didn't even see the trailer, so I can't comment on that, but it was a big deal apparently.
Okay, cool. Yep. Can't comment on that one either, but hey, people are looking forward to games. That makes me happy.
And then Sunday they had Microsoft did their Sunday, isn't that right?
I believe so. And this is kind of where E3 just became an instant win for me. I'm sure other stuff was announced, but let me preface this by saying I do not have anything Microsoft in my collection. I used to have a 360 years ago, but when they announced that Tales of Vesperia, the definitive edition, was getting released not only for the Xbox One, but for the Switch and the PS4 and the PC, that's all I needed. That's all that it took to make this E3 10 out of 10.
That's why you've been bouncing on cloud 9, hasn't it? You just
sure. You have no idea how much that made me
happy.
Ever
since that was announced, you're like, this is the best E3 ever. This rules. I love games. Everything is wonderful.
Yeah, life was good. Because I don't think folks understand, as a Tales of fan, we had to watch as game after game was announced for only Japan, and we were left wanting and waiting. Will this come to America? Will this come to America? Nope, this one didn't make it. This one did not make it either. This one didn't make it either. Oh, this one made it. Cool. Oh, but it doesn't have all the stuff. In Tales of Vesperia's case, we got the 360 version. Awesome. Great game. Tons of content. But Tales, Namco being Namco, they released a PS3 version, which has more content, more characters, more dungeons, more costumes, more music, more everything. So when we now that we got this version coming, which has all that stuff, the stuff that, this team of translators and hackers worked on to translate for us for the PS3, I'm just on cloud 9. I pre-ordered my Switch version. I cannot wait. I thought about ordering a PS4 version to use as a gift for someone, and life was good.
So good, we have to give it to somebody.
It really is a good game. Like, even if you're not a fan of the series, this one and the one for the GameCube, Symphonia, those have been highly praised for being excellent entries in the series. So, yeah, Microsoft, good. You got me there. So,
and Microsoft, they announced several good things, I guess. The biggest thing for them was the big knock on Microsoft is they have no exclusives. Xbox One has no exclusives.
Right.
Like the best exclusive to me that Xbox One or Windows PC has had been Cuphead.
Oh, Cuphead, yeah.
Which is fantastic, but anyway, it was an exclusive. But man, they heard the people's voice and started making amends, I guess. Because this year they have announced a new Halo 5 Infinite, or Halo Infinite, excuse me. Which is huge. Halo, I don't love Halo. I like the first one. I like the second one on the OG Xbox, or original Xbox, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them, but then I fell off.
I think a lot of people seem to have fallen off, actually. Like, I know it's a popular franchise, but I don't know anyone who is diehard Halo anymore.
Well, there's like Halo 3 was one of the biggest games ever.
Right.
It broke all kinds of sales records. So, I mean, there's still that was Halo 3. Was there 4? There's been several Halo games. Anyways, this Halo Infinite is coming out. It looks good. So Halo fans rejoice.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Give it a shot. I don't know. Did either one of y'all ever play Gears of War?
No. I heard it was like a stealth-based game and has lots of like.
No.
No.
Gears
Okay.
of War. No, you're thinking Splinter Cell.
Oh, that's yeah.
Gears of War is it's the bug apocalypse and the alien whatever, and it's big. You have a chainsaw gun. Have you seen the chainsaw gun?
No, that sounds badass.
Man, it's a third person, like over the shoulder, type action game. Holy shit, it's good. Gears of War, the first. Let me back up. I've played the first 2.
Okay,
and I don't know why I fell off, just for a lack of time, I think. But Gears 5 is coming out, and
okay, cool.
It's the big Microsoft first party franchise, so they're kind of remedying problems here. They've got 2 big ones announced. They've got Forza Horizon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that one.
I don't love racing games, but they sure look cool.
Yeah, they look nice.
And see, that's all. Battlefield 5's coming. Fallout 76, we'll get to in a minute. And Division 2 and Cyberpunk 2077. Those are not Xbox exclusive, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, Microsoft had a big one, man. They had a big deal, and they announced that the next Xbox is in development. Which, okay, yeah, I get that. The next Switch is in development already. Everything is constantly in development. So that's not huge news to me.
Right. So,
well, did y'all see? Holy! One of my probably the biggest surprise from the show was from Microsoft. Y'all got any guesses that anything I hadn't mentioned that I might be into?
What you might be into?
Too late. Battletoads. Battletoads is coming back.
I missed that.
And I'm screaming into my microphone. I need to back up.
What's Battletoads? I never heard of Battletoads.
Battletoads. They have announced that there's going to be a new entry in the series with hand-drawn 2.5D animation.
2.5. What's 2.5D?
And then they had a bunch of like tongue-in-cheek like things like non-specific genre, blah blah blah. Just kind of, yeah. Anyways, so Battletoads is coming back. It's probably going to be the same style, the same, maybe not the same difficulty. Maybe, because we talked about that in a previous episode. What game would you like to see now with modern technology? And Battletoads is one of mine. It's a game that can be fixed, y'all. Please make this Battletoads good. Please, Microsoft. Please.
So after Microsoft, calm down. was there someone else that same day?
Was Bethesda the same day?
Possibly.
Bethesda was a day. Bethesda had a conference sometime.
They did have a conference, and the biggest takeaway from them, I heard 2 things, both of which were already getting criticisms. First was a new Fallout, which I guess is a multiplayer, but Fallout is a multiplayer, is it?
It's an online game. I don't know. They said it can be played single player, but it's online.
Fallout 76. Now, I don't think this is for the Fallout fans out there. I don't think this is going to be Fallout 5. This is going to be a quick and easy little supplement to tide you over until the next Fallout game. So, calm your tits. This isn't the future of the series. And the other one I heard was another Elder Scrolls. Is that correct?
There is an Elder Scrolls game.
Okay. And again, it was drawing.
I don't know anything about it, but
me neither. I don't know much about the series at all, but I know people seem to love it.
Really? It's more of an Eastern or a Western RPG, and that's why you wouldn't be into it.
Yeah, I like having an idea of where I should go next instead of wandering aimlessly.
Gotcha.
I get lost easily in real life, so you can only imagine how bad it gets in the game.
There's a new Wolfenstein, which
that'd be cool.
The I don't know I know y'all aren't really into shooters, but the new Wolfenstein, it's like an alternate history type deal that the Nazis won World War II, and they've got like crazy robot technology and stuff like that. It's cool. They're cool games. They're kind of hard, but the new they're making a new one of those called Wolfenstein Youngblood. A new Doom, which I don't know. Is Bethesda, they own Doom?
I don't know. Bethesda has this history of just like not releasing things when they should be released. Or wait, hold on. Releasing things when they should not be released. That's what I meant to say. Like they're full of bugs and glitches, and stay tuned for this patch update.
The patch is coming.
Yeah. So that's what they should have announced, were patches. But Bethesda, the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, those are the two major ones I saw. Is there anything else?
Yeah, that's really about all I've got. Post-apocalyptic. Can you say that word for me?
Post-apocalyptical.
Yeah, that's the thing you do the exercise on, the post-apocalyptical. But yeah, yeah, it's called Rage, but I don't care. So.
All right, after Bethesda, we had
Ubisoft.
Oh Lord. Okay.
All right. I'm not mad at Ubisoft. A lot of people like Ubisoft's the company that everybody wants to hate. Well, no, either that or EA. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's more EA.
But everybody wants to think. I don't know. I'm okay. There's a new Assassin's Creed game. I don't know how y'all feel about Assassin's Creed, but I liked it.
It's a very famous series, and it's fine. I mean, I have no opinion really about it because I barely touched it.
I played it up until 4, the pirate one, Black Flag.
Cool.
I played all of them. I played all of them in depth. The first one was very repetitive. The second one, Assassin's Creed 2, was set in like the Renaissance Italy. And let me tell you, it's called the Ezio trilogy. Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed something or other.
Okay.
Anyways, it's just called the Ezio trilogy. I think you can actually buy the collection. Maybe it's the Ezio collection for PS4. Those are really good. Assassin's Creed 3 is not as good as 2, but it's still really good. You play in like the Revolutionary War era. You know, you're an American Indian, Native American, maybe maybe I think you're half white, half Native American guy named Connor. So anyways, you see a lot of history events unfold in the game. It's really cool. And then 4, where you're a pirate, you get to sail the 7 seas. So that one's cool. So I'm looking for a new one. I'm ready for the new one to come out. The last few have been very buggy and trash. So this one looks like it's going to be a return to form. It's going to be in ancient Greece.
Okay, cool.
Cool section in history.
Yep.
Do y'all have any idea about the Assassin's Creed series?
I mean, I have no horse in the race for this one. I mean, played a little bit of the very, very first one, and that's about it. What about you, Charles?
I know of them. I haven't played them.
Okay. Well, I would suggest especially the PS3 ones, the Ezio trilogy. Give those a shot. If you have time, they're fun. So
they announced more information on Beyond Good and Evil 2, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so the first one, I'm not sure if you guys played it or not.
Did not.
Really cool action game, a little bit of Metroidvania to it. Really good action, a little bit of puzzle solving. This one, it's like they wanted to. I'm going to quote a friend of mine. It's like they wanted to check off every box that modern gaming expects games to have nowadays. They expected to have multiplayer, expected to be online, expected to have an open world. And none of those things really made the first Beyond Good and Evil, they weren't needed. So I'm not sure what they're trying to do with this. Does that make sense?
That does.
Okay.
Not every game needs to be online. I'm with you.
Yeah. So I'm not very pleased about these revelations with Ubisoft. So I can't remember if that was the major thing I took away from their showing. So anything else from that company?
Not really.
Yeah, they're kind
I
of.
didn't realize this is the 11th Assassin's Creed game. That's crazy.
11?
Yeah, 11.
Damn. Jeez. God, I'm old. It's ridiculous.
So anyways, see, Square Enix. That was one day. Square Enix happened. They
didn't do much, I heard.
Kingdom Hearts. You got a release date for it.
They have a release date finally.
January 19.
Wow. So it's happening.
The Final Fantasy VII remake doesn't exist anymore. Apparently, I don't think they said anything about it. Did they?
If they did, I would have heard about it. Just based on the forums I frequent online, and honestly, from we're all friends here, so I can say this. I really don't want this FF7 remake to happen anymore, because what I think they plan on doing with it just doesn't sound like it would recapture the fun that everyone seemed to have with the original. The original still plays fine. It's ugly, but it plays fine. And there's options to play it now. You can download it on the PS4, and it's not even a glitch. You can you can consciously make the effort, or choose the option to have everyone super powerful and have all the items and all that good stuff. You can fast forward through things. So it's still a very playable game. There really is no need for this anymore, this remake. And even if it was happening, based on Final Fantasy 15, which took 12 years? No, 11 years to get released? No. Just drop it. Focus on Kingdom Hearts. And that's my piece.
I'm kind of with you on that. I don't have a dog in the fight at all. Don't care. No horse in the race. But I think it's going to kind of tarnish the legacy.
Yep.
Final Fantasy VII is a very, very much loved game. What you're doing is wrong. I think you're hurting what they were talking about, making an episodic downloadable thing.
Yes. About that.
And objectively speaking, this is one of the most loved games of all time.
Yeah.
Don't. Just leave it alone. If you're not going to make it good, and like in reality, my personal opinion, take that game, take that story, take the gameplay, everything out of it, and do it with shiny coat of paint, with good new graphics, and release it at $40. Don't change anything else.
That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Good call.
Do not change anything else. But I'm afraid they're going to change too much, and it's not going to be the game people love.
Yeah, Charles, did you ever play FF7? I can't remember. I know Jason didn't care for it, but you have not. Okay.
I've not done too much Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasizing?
There's so many. How many games did they do? Like 80 versions of it or something like
that? Of
Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy 80?
I mean, they have a lot. I mean, you have like the 15 with numbers, and then you have the tactics ones, where I think there's like 3 of those, and you've
got 10 and 10-2.
10 and 10-2, 13 and 13-2, and
about 80 different versions.
You what?
There's about 80 different versions out.
I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's a very, very popular franchise, which is fine. I mean, you got some great stuff there, but FF7 had its time to shine, and it still shines. People still love it. So Squaresoft, or whatever, Square Enix, don't touch it. Stop. Focus on Kingdom Hearts. That's what fans are wanting now.
Exactly with you, 100%. Just if you're not going to do exactly what I said, leave it alone.
So did Square show anything else? I heard their show is kind of like, what's the word? Minimal.
Yes, Kingdom Hearts is the biggie. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which people love Tomb Raider. I've never played any of the new ones. They may be fantastic, but I just haven't. So
yeah, me either.
I can't say anything good or bad. I don't have any real reason not to. I don't hate on it, but I just had never played them. Well, let's see. Next, moving on. PlayStation. How do y'all feel about Sony? Does anyone
Sony
love Sony?
Well, I know Charles has something to say.
Yeah. Well, the only thing, they have, as I said, The Last of Us 2 finally got more actual gameplay footage, and they hyped it up a lot, going over what's going to be multiplayer again, like in the original version of The Last of Us. And they gave it time. It takes 5 years after the original version of it. So, which starts in 2013, then it jumps 20 years in the future. So this is like 25 years after 2013. So
Homegirl's all grown up.
Yeah, she was like 13, 14 in the original version. So she's about 19, 20.
Gotcha. So there was multiplayer in this, and did you participate in the multiplayer stuff, or you just do the single player?
I tried to do the multiplayer. It's part 2 of those things are what you have to do to get the platinum trophy.
Oh, I know what that's all about.
and they're really hard.
Yeah. Oh,
you're not good at multiplayer shit. So, like me, I'm always like the one who gets shot like 5 seconds in. I'm like, oh, dead. Dead. You look at my stats, like, killed 52 times. Actual kills in the game, 1. So.
Bless your heart.
But I have fun.
It sounds like Last of Us 2 was like kind of your big announcement.
It's a lot of people's big thing. It's been 2017. It was the most anticipated game of the year.
Oh.
It's been, they've been developing it since 2014. So it's been in the works for a while.
Okay. Cool.
So last year they showed off some a trailer for it, a teaser trailer. Then the year before they showed off a teaser trailer for it. So
do we have a release date?
Not yet. Late 2018, early 2019 looks like it. So
yeah, I'm seeing that a lot. So okay,
I want to get to this thing. It's the story. It's such a deep story and all that. So it's fun. It's a fun game.
Cool. Well, that sold it for you. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Other things with Sony, the company From Software, the makers of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, they're making a new game, which I'm not as excited about, but still kind of keeping on my radar. It's about a samurai in 15th century Japan. I mean, what's not to love about that? But it kind of does away with the RPG-ness that Dark Souls and Bloodborne had. But it still looks cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Is that could be one of their VR games or something like that? I know that From Software is doing a VR game for PS4.
Oh. No. This is just a straight PS4 game.
Okay.
It's called what? Okay. Ghost of Tsushima?
You're thinking of something else. I'm talking about
Ghost of Tsushima.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, that's another one. It's like kind of the same setting. That one's by Sucker Punch. I never played Infamous, but I guess it's what they are known for. So I think that's sort of like open world type of games. I just don't like those.
Man, I saw that and immediately thought, man, I know a guy who's chubbed up over this, but I was wrong.
Well, hey, I'm going to keep it on my radar as well and keep on reading what's happening with it, because I mean, not enough games take place in that setting. I find that setting just fascinating from a historical standpoint, also because I think Japanese stuff is cool, but mainly because from the history standpoint. So that'd be cool to explore those areas. So we're gonna see.
What else? I think I don't know. Triple likes this game. There's like some Spider-Man game they're just coming out with. Looks like.
All right, go ahead. You guys want to gush, so please gush.
Guys, I've been waiting for this since last year. It comes out in September. I'm excited.
Did you pre-order it already?
I have not pre-ordered it. I need to, I guess. Now that you say that, I'll
do it. Yeah,
Amazon here in a minute. I love Spider-Man, and I love that there's going to be a good Spider-Man game. If this game falls on its face, I'm gonna be very upset. But Sony will still already have my $60 because I will buy it day one. They showed a lot of video of it. I really like the animation style. I really like that there's all the bad guys that are in there. I don't like that it seems like very much a ripoff of Arkham Asylum.
Ah, okay.
That's the vibe I'm getting from it. Is it's very Arkham Asylum. Somebody has let all the bad guys out from their jail cell that Spider-Man's caught recently in the last 5 years.
Okay.
I'm gonna poke a hole in this because I know you have to suspend disbelief, but Spider-Man villains, not many of them have actual superpowers. Electro does.
Okay.
I think maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just has. No, the Shocker just has those gauntlets. I don't know. There's a dude called the Shocker. Yeah, but like the Vulture, he's an old dude with wings. He's just smart. The
Doc
Scorpion.
Ock is, right?
Doc Ock. Well, the Doc Ock actually, his arms are actually connected to him.
Yeah.
But they're an invention. He's a smart dude. Let's see. The Scorpion is a suit. The Rhino is a suit. But so they have all these guys that are caught in jail. Why did they store their suit anywhere near them?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
That.
Why don't they just destroy that shit?
Yeah. Why do we not put it in the trash compactor and like, oh, you're no longer a bad guy. Sorry.
Who was I'm trying to think of Spider-Man villains with powers.
It'll be let's see. Like the Lizard.
Sandman? Was he one?
Sandman has powers. Lizard has powers. Venom obviously has powers.
Oh, Venom. Venom and Carnage.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
Like
but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Hobgoblin don't. But anyways, it's a really cool looking game. I'm okay with them taking a page from Rocksteady and the Batman games because those are good, and I had fun with them. So I'm looking forward to this. Looks like lots of cool web slinging and lots of cool flippy kicky shit. So
nice. Well, you gotta let us know how that is. A lot of people have been looking forward to that. You're not the only. This isn't the first time I heard about.
That's going to be a big game for Sony.
Yeah. Which is interesting because, you think it's tied into a movie or a comic series. It can't be that great. But this game is getting a lot of buzz. So,
well, the good thing about it, and I think it is a good thing. It's not tied into any movie. It's not tied into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not tied into anything. It's just tied into Spider-Man. And it's just Spider-Man. It's its own standalone thing. So I think that's very cool. It doesn't have to follow any scripted stuff.
Okay. That's interesting that Spider-Man's been around for like what, years and years and years and still relevant.
Oh yeah. He keeps growing and changing. And like right now in the comics, there's a new Spider-Man. It's a young Hispanic gentleman named Miles Morales.
Oh, inclusive too. I love it.
But anyways, I'll say the Hideo Kojima game was shown by Sony.
Oh, with Norman Reedus. What's that called?
Death Stranding.
Thank you. Yes.
That is interesting. I probably won't buy it because Hideo Kojima games are a little too cinematic for me. Like Metal Gear, it started with like Metal Gear Solid 2. The first Metal Gear Solid was a blast. I had a lot of fun with it on the original PlayStation. But Metal Gear Solid 2, when I had 30-minute cutscenes, I was like, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah. Pause, skip, move on. Yeah.
Right. So, but I'm hoping it's good. I hope it's a success. I hope people love it. So it's just, I don't think for me.
Well, I know that a while ago, and I might be wrong here, but that actor, Norman Reedus, was supposed to be in a Silent Hill game or something.
That Silent Hills, and that it was that the playable trailer. I don't remember.
Oh, that was so cool. Oh my god,
what was that called?
Yeah, PT playable trailer. Okay. Yeah. Man, that was badass and freaky as it was freaky as hell. So yeah, I would love to see something like that come out. I haven't played a good horror game. Horror game.
Play a good horror game.
Right.
Let's play some horror games.
Sometimes I talk so fast, it sounds like I'm saying the wrong. Anyways, Sony.
So there's that. Capcom's going to do a remake of Resident Evil 2, which
saw that as well.
I think that's kind of cool. That's a very beloved game. Put a fresh coat of paint on it, get rid of those tank controls, and here we go.
I saw that it's doing that same perspective as Resident Evil 4, that over-the-shoulder sight. See, that is perfection. That style works perfectly. I really, really can't wait to hear more about this. So, yeah,
then
good choice there.
That Neo or Nioh, how would you say that?
Oh, well, yeah, Neo.
Okay. It's another samurai game.
I didn't play the first
games
one.
Were popular this year.
Yeah. The first one I didn't play very much of, but it's got that following, and people are excited about this.
All right, and then So we've talked about Microsoft, we've talked about Sony, we've talked about the other little guys. There's the big boy, the one we know and love, the one that made us all of our panties wet. That is Nintendo.
The one that made us gamers in the first place, really. So,
yeah.
Nintendo had their conference, or not, they didn't even really have a conference. They did a Nintendo Direct on, what was it, Tuesday? Whatever the day of the 12th was.
Yeah, Tuesday, I think.
They were last. All right. There was a lot of stuff that happened.
Yes.
Let me tell you something that intrigued me more than it should have. I don't give a rat's rear end about Pokemon. I just don't. People do. People like it. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all do y'all. That Pokemon Go, Let's Go, or whatever it was for Switch, it wasn't as much the game. It wasn't Pikachu. It wasn't the female Pikachu they showcased. It wasn't Eevee. It was that silly little Pokeball controller. Did y'all see that?
No. Is it stupid looking?
Well, it's to go along with your Switch. It's a little Pokeball.
Okay.
It has like a little jump thumbstick on it for playing the game. And you know the Pokemon Let's Go. It looks like it's like a console version of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like the cell phone game.
Yeah.
You can use this little Pokeball to play the whole thing, and you can act like you're throwing it, and the motion controllers, whatever. I was way too intrigued about that. Y'all need to take the time and look at it. I was like, man, that is a cool accessory. If I'm into Pokemon, I'm buying a Pokeball controller.
Is your son into Pokemon?
I don't think he knows about this yet, so we're just going to keep it on the hush hush.
All right.
Yes, he is into Pokemon. So I'm sure we'll end up with the game.
I haven't played Pokemon since Gold, and that was back in the year 2000, 2001.
I see the ball.
It's neat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like got a button.
All right. Well, you guys talk. I'm going to look it up on the interwebs.
So we're busy looking at balls right now.
You can have a Pokeball controller to play your Pokemon's game.
Oh, that is cool. All right.
I was way too. I don't know if it was, and that it had me kind of questioning myself. I'm like, is this because you think the game would be cool, or are you just wanting to collect? Is this just some accessory you want to have later? Because it is really neat. Or do you actually want to play it? And I don't really want to play it. I'm just really intrigued by it.
Well, I think, if you grew up with Pokemon, then I think a part of you has always wanted to get that visceral feeling of throwing the Pokeball and capturing your own Pokemon. And they started to get that with the cell phone game. This, I feel like, is a step further with that.
It is. So it's like the evolution of the cell phone game.
Yeah. I feel like everyone who was a kid growing up with Pokemon at some point finds something enjoyable.
Either one of y'all play Pokemon Go?
No.
Sometimes.
My phone will just drain batteries, so no.
But I'm bored.
I'm not gonna lie, I did play it for a minute.
That's fine.
My son and I, we went all over looking for Pokemon. We would take an extra block around on his way to school to try to catch a Pokemon.
That's cute.
We did, and there's a local college here, and their campus has a bunch of the Pokestops and the gyms and whatever. So we did. We played it for probably 6 months.
Cool.
But it fell off. But this new thing looks cool.
They keep trying to have Pokemon Go meetups here in Chicago.
I'm sure that y'all got enough people to do that.
But then so many people log on, it crashes the whole game.
There's a ton of those Pokestops and gyms and whatever in Walt Disney World.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But who would go on vacation and pay $100 a day to get in Walt Disney World and play Pokemon? Doesn't make
Some people would do that.
No, I know they would.
That Pokeball looks like it's what, $50?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's not going to happen because it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's see. They revealed the new Mario Party, and it made me wish I had more friends. Because that looked really cool, especially how you could set up set up 2 Switch consoles like on a team or on a table or whatever, and then draw a line between them so it orient where they were, and you could share the game over 2 systems. That was really neat.
Okay. I'm liking what you're saying so far. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah, good job, Nintendo. That one was big. They showed off a mech game, which I don't know what it was, but I like the art style.
Oh, Cyberpunk, cyber something.
No. That wasn't for Switch, was it? We missed that in another.
Oh,
that looked really big. Like my brother was really excited about that. This is the Daemon Cross Machina. Anyways,
no clue. Anyways,
let's see. What was that? That Cyberpunk 77.
That's what I was thinking of.
Excuse me, Cyber 2077. Yeah. I don't remember who showed that off, but it looked cool, and I don't know. Maybe I will be into it. I don't know. It was an open world game, kind of. I think they saw something comparing it to like Grand Theft Auto, so I may be interested. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
the jury's still out.
I mean, we can't really go talking this much about Nintendo without mentioning what probably took up most of their time slot, didn't it?
It was half of their show.
Yeah,
nearly, or at least half the show.
Naturally, we're talking about Smash Brothers Ultimate. That roster is, my God, there are so many characters now to choose from, and
what were they up to? Like 66 or something like that?
I think 68. Is
68,
which is ridiculous. There's so many now. I'm excited, but I'm also kind of like overwhelmed.
Man, I've read a bunch about this. Watched the video. I'm excited. I like Smash. I'm not a huge competitive Smash player. But I buy all the games and I play them through. I don't play competitively. I don't really play against. It's fun couch co-op.
Definitely.
But they're fun games and I'm looking forward to it, man. It'll be 68 characters to unlock.
Well, those ones will already be unlocked. I think you'll have to unlock more though.
No. Sound like a motorboat. No.
No.
Anyways, no. I'm a weed eater now. Anyways. Something I read, and this may be just somebody pulling. You start off with just a few characters, and what I originally saw is you may start off with the original 8 from the first Smash Brothers.
Okay,
and that may just be speculation, but I think that's kind of cool. If you're going to do Ultimate and have all these characters in it, just start off with the original 8. That's groovy.
I'm fine with that. Luigi, I play as him, and I play as Samus. So
I was Pikachu. I mained Pikachu in the first one. Which is weird because I didn't even like Pokemon.
And Charles Payne trying to stay alive.
He main running in the hole. So
I don't know what the hell I was freaking doing.
That's all right. We're not mad at you, Charles. We still love you.
Yep.
But you start off with a small amount of characters, and there's supposed to be steady progression. So
I'm okay with that.
It'll take you a while to unlock all the characters, but you do it constantly. Does that make sense?
It does. And knowing that the full roster from Melee, Brawl, and Smash 4 are there, that's amazing. And the speculation now is that Simon Belmont might be a character.
Oh, really?
Sub-Zero might be a character. And there's one more. Can't remember the last one. But those are some big hitters.
I'd love to have Simon Belmont. I think he's made for Smash. He's got his sub-weapons. He's got his whip. I think that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
I'm looking at on Nintendo's site their full thing.
Let's see if we could just get
Wii Fit Trainer.
Why can Captain N not be in there?
Why is Wii Fit Trainer on there?
Hey, my brother plays as Wii Fit Trainer. He kicks ass. He is really good with him or her. Hashtag me too.
The Wii, really?
I mean, you could be a girl or a guy, so equality. Anyways.
Well, never mind. That's a horse of a different color. If you're old enough, the hashtag's a pound sign, so that's
it is a pound sign.
Pound me too.
Or the number sign.
Anyways.
Smash. Let's bring it back.
Smash me too if you want to. However you want to talk about it. No, there's a lot of them in there that I did not dream would ever be in another Smash game. I did not ever think we'd see Snake.
Snake, yeah, that's a big one.
I really figured that we'd seen the end of Ryu. I didn't figure he would be in the new one. I didn't figure that. Don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm kind of bummed that Cloud's still there. I just see is not fun to play against because
I didn't figure Cloud would be in another one.
Yeah, it was him and Bayonetta. They're just not fun to fight against. Even no matter how good you are, those casuals, I hate using terms like that, but they'll find a way to cheapen the match, and it just drives me nuts. So
I didn't really care for Ice Climber, like when in Melee, or was that Brawl?
That was Melee.
Melee. I didn't care for them, but they're back and people are excited.
Yeah. So that's a huge roster, and it's gonna go ahead, Charles. What?
I think there's 3 different versions of Link in there.
Yeah. Link, Young Link, Toon Link. It's a lot of Link.
I'm okay with that. I really am. I mean, if you're going to have all the characters, they were separate playable characters. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad my Duck Hunt dog's back. I wasn't very good with him, but it sure is cool. I'm glad the villagers back.
Sheik are back. I mean, they're all back. Pichu is back. I mean, this is going to be such a cast of characters. I can't even keep up. But
I wish they would have, instead of just putting the Pokemon trainer in there again, gone ahead and added Blastoise or was it Squirtle, whichever one.
Squirtle, Ivysaur, Charizard.
Right, but Charizard's back. He was a character in Smash 4, right?
Yep, he was.
Just give the other two their own character as well.
Yeah, sure.
You can have the Pokemon trainer in there too if you want to, but give those guys a full health bar.
So yeah, there's a lot to take in with Smash. I mean, they spent a lot of time with this part of their conference.
Oh yeah, they did, and it was a little too much if you ask me, but it was a lot of big stuff. So
Ridley, that's who is coming back. That's what I meant to say. Yes,
not
Ridley.
coming back, showing up for the first
showing
time.
up. That's what I meant. Yeah, I don't have much, knowledge about Metroid, but people were just besides themselves.
Ridley's a cool bad guy, and if you're going to take a bad guy from the Metroid series, that has to be the one, right?
Yeah,
because Mother Brain doesn't work.
Yeah, she just sits there.
Kraid is just too big, I think. So all the other characters, Ridley was the good one. It's the one that could be like a person size. So that'll be big. That'll be fun. I was excited about that, even though I'm not a huge Metroid fan. I thought that was really cool.
Right. So did Nintendo show anything else besides Smash and other shit?
Mario Party, Smash. Yeah. They showed a lot of stuff, but I was really excited. I thought they did a good job.
They did. Yeah.
In my opinion. They were the first ones that kind of they changed the game. They quit doing the actual just conference, like I'm going to be there and rent out a hall, and they started doing these directs. And I think the other companies may start running that pre-produced route.
Yeah.
Because these, like Sony's, what they call that, a gameplay something.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they called it something. They had just a whole like an hour's worth of just gameplay with nobody. I want somebody to tell me about these games. I want somebody to come out and talk about them. That's just kind of my thing.
Go ahead, Charles.
Showcase is what they called it. A showcase.
Yeah. It's not that they had the showcase, but having more that getting people hyped up and say like, no, Mario Party 7.5 for the PlayStation 4.
So more too much show, not enough tell type of thing.
Yeah,
I need somebody to tell me about stuff. That's just in my opinion.
Like the sideshow callers,
You're kind of right. And now coming to center stage, just somebody to tell me, and that will be available in
March
2014.
5th, 1987.
When is Smash going to be available? Is that this year?
December 9th.
Yeah.
Oh man, this holiday season. Oh, you smart Nintendo.
They know how to make the money.
Well, they needed something for this holiday because they don't have a whole lot, I don't think.
Wow, that's gonna be well, I know what I'm doing Christmas break.
Yeah, that's the 7th. December 7th.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I think they showed this RPG as well, Octopath Traveler.
They did?
Yeah, I played the demo of it not too long ago, and it's pretty cool. Reminds me of like an old FF6 Chrono Trigger type of game, and but with voice acting and some modern quality of life features. I'm pretty stoked about this. So
I'm with you. Fortnite is on the Switch. That was a biggie people were excited about.
And I just read this again. Sony is blocking Fortnite crossplay between PS4 and Nintendo Switch.
I wonder why.
Sony being Sony. You
Well,
can't play with those guys.
No, you only play. Yeah, they're selfish. I can't say I blame them.
They only are good at making playing cards.
Well, this E3 had a lot. I mean, they like I told you guys earlier, they had me at Tales of Vesperia, but it sounds like with Charles, they had you at The Last of Us 2, and Jason, it looks like they had you already. As soon as they mentioned Star Wars, they were like, yeah, and well, Spider-Man is a big one too, but it started off with a high note with Star Wars, so very pleased with this E3. But like E3 itself, our show has about come to an end for the night. So what I'm going to do is hand the floor over to Jason. He's going to repeat what he said earlier in his introduction now. So take it away.
Y'all. If y'all enjoyed this episode of Our Parents' Basement, you can check out another 103 episodes.
Yeah, it's up there.
I almost said like 130.
We'll get there. Give it a minute. Don't rush us. So 103 other episodes of this on YouTube. You can see the video version. Now the real goodness, the goodness, the refined goodness of this is the audio only version of the podcast. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, TuneIn, Spotify. Hey, we're on Spotify. We're like there with the big boys.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Put us on your Spotify playlist.
Put us on your Spotify playlist. Download us on iTunes. It's cool that we're on iTunes. So put us on your podcast or your downloadable device, wherever you can download podcast. Take us with you, man. We're good for the road. We're good for a jog. That's what we do. If you want to interact with us, hit us up on Twitter. Excuse me. I had my brain quit.
That's all right.
OPB podcast on Twitter, Facebook.com/OPB podcast, and Instagram at OPB podcast. That's where you can find us. That's where you love us. Be sure to like it. Don't just love it, like it, so you don't miss any of this rambling goodness.
Well said. Well said. All right, my friends, this has been fun as always. I always look forward to doing this, and I can't wait for next week. So until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll be back with a new episode before you know it. Until then,
see you later.
For you.